Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and tangents of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all concise commentary.
What's up, good people? PD Camarillo here. Touchdowns and Tangents, your Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, and concise commentary for the culture.
And I am Kenneth Berry.
And we have the great producer Nikki on the line.
Patty.
Kenny over here staring at the wall in the space like he's a fucking medium or the fat black version of Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I can't decide which one.
Probably both. That last Mortal Kombat game was trash.
You didn't even play it.
A little bit, but also the storyline was stupid and convoluted. Like,
aren't all Mortal Kombat storylines stupid
and convoluted? Yes.
So that's the whole point?
Not necessarily. Don't throw it in my face. Don't make it all gratuitous.
I guess.
At least try.
But yeah, man, we got a lot of shit to talk about this week. So let's just get right into it. Yeah, man, in case you've been living under a rock, the NBA playoffs have been totally under fucking whelming, but we are in the Final Four, conference finals. Mavericks are there. Timberwolves are there. Celtics, Pacers. Game ones were both pretty solid. Both came down to the wire. This last game, too, between the Celtics and Pacers that happened today, that game was kind of ass. And more importantly, all three of these games have been asked for my parlays. So, yeah, fuck all four of these teams.
Damn.
Any thoughts on the NBA playoffs?
Anthony Edwards versus everybody.
Yeah, except for Kyrie. He was getting digged down by Kyrie.
Wow.
In some fucking
Sir.
Pocahontas threes.
Sir, I don't have the energy.
Kyrie had the Pocahontas threes on and was tearing up Anthony Edwards after he was like, "Oh yeah, I got Kyrie."
Actually, it was he who glides. It was the he who glides threes.
But yeah.
Had on the moccasin
Nikki,
ones.
aren't you a Celtics fan?
Yeah, I'm obviously going for the Celtics.
Aren't the Mavs your second team?
Man,
talk about hedging your bets.
Will's a big Mavericks fan or whatever, but I'm still pretty salty about the Thunder thing. So, because obviously I'm mainly a Thunders fan, and then my secondary is Boston since I lived in I'm from both technically or whatever. But I'm more of a Thunder fan. So I don't know. I'm happy for him, but at the same time, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Especially with Kyrie. If it's Boston versus the Mavericks or whatever, that's going to be interesting, especially with Kyrie.
I think that's how the script's going to have it. I think Luka's got to lose one, just like Dirk did, just like Tatum did. But I think the Celtics will get 18, and then next year, Braun and Bronny will win 18 with the Lakers to tie it up.
You don't believe that shit.
That's just the narratives that the NBA loves, just fucking nostalgia and catering to their biggest fan bases.
Anthony Edwards
I like the Cinderella story that the Pacers have going right now for them, but I mean
they're cooked.
The Celtics are gonna take a big fat shit all over that.
Halliburton left the game with leg soreness right when he fucking hit his lines, which was crazy.
The fact that you know that
Celtics are gonna sweep 100%.
I think Indiana will win one, but yeah, it'll be a gentleman's sweep.
I think they played so exceptional for the Pacers in that game.
Still lost.
Yesterday. And still, yeah, there's no way. There's no way. They're getting swept. The Tim's games obviously is a little closer, but I think the Mavericks.
Kenny, anything you want to say? Mr. Quiet all of a sudden?
Hey, I'm just stepping out the way. You said you didn't want to hear my NBA talk.
And I already said it's Anthony Edwards versus everybody.
Dog, you sound so nasally right now. You sound country. Like, I don't even know what you just said, really.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'll repeat it.
You sounded like that fucking Carolina Panthers prospect that everyone's been
Xavier
laughing at. Yeah, that's what you sounded like, bro.
I don't sound that country. But I can inflex my voice whenever I feel like it. Yeah, bottom line, this is Anthony Edwards versus everybody. He's everybody that he's everything that we thought Ja Morant was. No real red flags. He just wants to hoop. Like, really embodying the spirit of Kobe.
And talk shit.
Yeah, he made Karl Anthony Towns look tough. Gobert just got to stop being a little stupid bitch, though.
Moving on, the Stanley Cup. You got the Florida Panthers versus the New York Rangers on the East. You got the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers eliminated the Kings. Stars eliminated the Knights. Panthers were hot last year. They're back again. Hasn't won a hockey trophy in like 30 years. Edmonton, Canada hasn't won a fucking Stanley Cup in like 20 years or some bullshit. The Stars haven't won one in a while, and they also, there's the Mavericks connection. So, I don't know. I don't really know who to root for, but yeah. Guess I'll go with the Stars because I think their outfits are better than everyone else's.
So girly pop of you. I think the Stars have had the hardest road to where they are right now. They've played and beaten the best teams in the playoffs so far. I think they're the best team left in the playoffs. I think that they got this one.
Well, everyone had the Knights as a favorite, especially after they made those like 3 trades in the middle of the season.
The low-key cheating cap stuff, yeah. But I respect it. I respect the workarounds. It's very the Patriot way. You know what I mean?
So you admit the Patriots cheated? Okay, cool.
Admit it.
The Patriots were giving reach arounds for 25
only
years.
Took 100 episodes, but she finally admitted it.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Shout out to legal.
You're back. Fuck. Take a week off, huh? It was simmering.
Shooting.
Speaking of irrelevant Patriots, DeVante Parker retired.
Sucked the air out the room just now.
I didn't even realize he was with the Eagles last year.
Like, bro, you should have stayed in New England.
I thought he just signed with them, and then
He did sign with the Eagles.
Well, I thought he signed with them last year.
He signed with the Eagles, and they took like 2 wide receivers, which is funny as shit.
He was like, yeah, I'm just going to retire.
Let me go to the Eagles. They got like 5 receivers and 2
Jarvis Landry just got signed, which is crazy, because didn't they have beef back in the day?
Wait, seriously? Jarvis Landry got signed by the Eagles?
Didn't you say he got signed?
No, that was just a joke.
Oh,
can't repeat
see, you can't be saying shit. You're a fucking news source, bro. You can't just be saying shit, joking around.
No, as I told you that story,
I thought that was real.
A coworker gave an example.
I thought that was real.
And like, he's like, I don't know why I just took a huge shit on Jarvis Landry just now, but that's the name that came up.
My bad. Take that back. Well, in this case, DeVante Parker outlived Jarvis Landry, so at least he did that.
I mean, he was a first-round pick that year.
Yep.
Florida, he's a Louisville receiver, so the bar was never that high.
I swear to God, you know where everyone went to college. It's crazy.
Nah, there's a couple that we stumped him on.
What are they?
Bryce Huff.
That nigga did not go to Oregon.
You had no idea who he was. That was like the first player.
That sounded like 2 people.
Fucking 10 years.
I was thinking of Josh Huff and then somebody else named Bryce. Because Josh Huff played receiver at Oregon. So I was like, okay, Josh Huff? Sounds like a dude who went to Oregon. He sounds like he had a fucking amazing spark grade and then didn't do shit.
There was someone else, too, that got drafted. I don't know who the fuck this is. And you had to like Google it. You were like, I still don't know who the fuck this is.
It got me really upset. I watched this team play. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Alex Bachman, by the way. That's another name. What the fuck is that? What are the Raiders doing? Alex Bachman? Yeah, he's going to make the roster, Antonio. Great signing. Didn't you just sign 2 fucking mid receivers?
Pretty much.
I think my hatred. I think I'm going to tap into my inner hatred to get through this episode. Let's do this, guys.
And David Johnson also retired. I didn't realize he was in the league for 8 years.
Fantasy GOAT for the first 4. Never really recovered after he broke his leg. But yeah, and I was like, man, I hope the Raiders draft him.
Never really did much in Houston.
Yeah, he was pretty much done by then. He took a lot of time off when he was hurt, but honestly, I really wanted the Raiders to draft him because he was a former receiver who turned into a running back, and then he was cooking. He had like 12 touchdowns his rookie year.
Yeah, he was on your Raiders pass on them list for a while.
He still is. All-time Raiders pass list. Honestly, at his peak, a better running back than Josh Jacobs.
Disgusting. I
No.
don't agree with that.
No, okay, go back and look at the tape. Josh
I was
Jacobs.
never a David Johnson fan.
Josh Jacobs ain't never had
To
16
be
rushing
honest, I
touchdowns
was
in
always
the
a
season.
David Johnson hater.
16,
Just like I always hated on Alfred Morris.
which is stupid because he had an all-time rookie year.
He did. He had a great rookie year, but I always hated on him.
Where
Never
he-
wanted to see him succeed.
Because you're a hater. You should be rooting for the underdog.
I guess, man. I don't know. I think they both beat me in fantasy, and then I just kind of banned them from my fanism.
I mean, that's how I felt about, what's that one? Randall Cobb for a while. Motherfucker had 45 points randomly at the end of the year, and I'm just like, fuck my life.
All right, and moving to a more somber note, R.I.P. Jim Otto, Agent 0, 00,
000. Triple OG.
one of the greatest Raiders of all time.
The greatest centers of all time.
He was
12 All-Pros?
instrumental
7 Pro Bowls?
in the Raiders' run into Super Bowl III. He was also helped them win the first Super Bowl versus what many people considered one of the greatest defenses, the Minnesota Vikings. Super Bowl they won here in L.A., even though they were in Oakland. They actually won at the Rose Bowl.
They beat the Redskins?
No. They beat the Vikings. First Super
Allen
Bowl.
was in L.A.?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I think he really embodied everything that it was to be a Raider. I think he played in like 215 straight games.
262.
There you go. Just a staple along already a great offensive line. I mean, some people say him and Gene Upshaw, who also passed a few years ago, former NFL PA director. They made up one of the best 1-2 combinations on the offensive line of all time. Countless great plays, few 1,000-yard rushers, Kenny Stabler, Hall of Famer.
Cliff Branch.
But yeah, man, he was just the backbone of what it meant to be a Raider. Everything that I've read and learned about being the Raiders, Otto embodied. I mean, even to this day, I mean, so many players, active players, just had good stories about him. Had tremendous respect for him. I think he actually lit the torch at the game I went to at the end of the year too, which was crazy. But yeah, man, I think he was sick for a while, so R.I.P. to a legend.
The greatest ever, and they should bring back 00 for offensive linemen.
Nah, they should retire his 00.
I mean, I need a left tackle to have 0.
Honestly, considering how long
Joe Alt needs to have 0.
Honestly, considering how long he played and the fact that nobody is probably ever going to cement that, the league should probably wear 00s on their helmet. A silver and black 00.
I can't speak to the validity of if that's going to happen or if it's not going to happen.
I don't think it'll happen, but I think it should.
I hopes. Apple pie in the sky, hopes.
College football.
Hey, Nikki, I'm going to let you get this first one because you were kind of cooking when I read the description.
The description about the antitrust?
Yeah, I'm going to let you cook.
Okay. The NCAA and the All Power 5 conferences settled together to pay a $2.8 billion settlement for breaking antitrust. I mean, I don't really have an opinion, to be honest. So you said I was going to cook, but like, the kitchen is closed.
Fuck it, you set the table. It's okay. I'll cook. I'll make some leftovers. All right. So this is such a big deal for the second story on this list. Because Georgia quarterback who transferred from Arizona State, who flipped from Florida to Arizona State, he's been to like 3 schools, and he's still a freshman. So Jaden RASHADA pretty much suing Florida head coach Billy Napier, pretty much for fraud, promising him this legendary NIL deal to go to Florida, and then I guess reneging on it, and then he had to end up at Arizona State, and he's like, Arizona State not the business either. This shit trash. Let me go to Georgia. And Kirby Smart, Georgia's head coach, co-signed on him doing that lawsuit against bitter rival Florida. So Georgia and Florida is going to have Bo Nix hatred level vibes. They're going to hate Jaden RASHADA across like 3 conferences. The SEC, the Big 12, and probably the Big 10 too. So I think you're going to see more athletes doing this. If you're not going to pay me the money to go there, don't say you have this NIL package for me. And then when I get there, it's a totally different thing. That's it's a violation. And if you have verbal agreements and contracts and other stuff, this is only going to get messy, and people are going to have to decide what's NIL money and what's just boosters paying players. Like, there's no differentiation. And the reason why there's no differentiation because there's no accountability from the university. Because these schools aren't really, they can't just fucking wire $13.8 million to a high school freshman because of his NIL evaluation, which is brilliant for him. Like, that's forward thinking. That's great. That's why older people are scared of younger people because, 1, we're going to outlive you. And 2, when we have our hands at the wheel, the pie is going to be split up in a much different way than what it is now. Like, that's why I'm always pro athletes, pro kids, female athletes, male athletes, get your money. Fuck these schools. They need you to fill up their classrooms, to justify their buildings, and to even have a curriculum.
So pretty much I read about it, and basically it just means that the $2.7 billion the NCAA is going to have to pay to former college athletes over the next few years over the rights, their name, image, and likeness. Which
reparations.
Which, I mean, is great, but how is that going to get divided up against the hundreds of thousands of athletes over the years? Because you also got to include Title IX, and how does that factor in? Because this is a nonprofit organization, so you have to account for that.
I mean, I think it'll just be easier to give a lump sum.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're giving a lump sum, but now Division I athletes will have a few months to review and decide if they want to opt into the class action lawsuit and take their part of the $2 billion, or they weren't going to go their own way, opt out.
That's a song. That's a cool song, by the way. But yeah, I totally hop in on that lawsuit, especially from a former athlete. I'm Denard Robinson. Oh yeah, Denard Robinson generated $1 billion by himself.
Exactly. So that's why some people might not opt in, because they might want to get more, or they might want to get their own. Because $2.7 billion is not a lot with all the college athletes.
Yeah, but you got to parlay that because.
And furthermore, if you're a standout player like Denard Robinson, who really made a difference, like, should you be making the same amount as whatever fucking water polo player was printed out on the fucking athletic, facilities?
I got you. See, in the legality field, that's what we call a dividing tactic that you would, employ to the workforce. well, you work harder, you're not going to get this. So then everybody argues and then nobody comes up with a side. No. You got to cut us a lump sum first. And then individually, we're going to go after you based on tax records and everything else.
That's not how a class action lawsuit works, Kenny.
I know that's not how a class action lawsuit works.
That's how you settle a lawsuit.
But I'm saying there's other ways you can get the money outside of suing because you by yourself are not getting multi-million dollars. You have to understand and know that. But the people after you...
That's part of the reason why they settled this lawsuit as well. I guess there was a couple other lawsuits. So there's worse stuff around the pipe. So part of the settlement is getting those 2 lawsuits dropped.
And let me explain something to you. If every D1 female athlete, if every woman D1 athlete decided to join a class action for sexual harassment or sexual assault, and they use Michigan State and TCU and Florida and all these other schools that have had issues with rape or sexual assault or whatever, like, how big do you think that class action lawsuit would be?
That's not how it works, Kenny.
It could still happen.
You would only sue the NCAA if they had some systematic policies in place.
The proof is the schools they went to.
Or if they went out and deliberately covered up all these different instances.
No, it would be more like...
there's no proof of.
I wouldn't take it to criminal
you
court.
It is lazy.
You wouldn't take it to criminal court. It would be like, we're going to get damages.
Kenny, it doesn't work that way. You could sue the school. Like, if you're Michigan State and there's multiple athletes, you could sue the school. But that's not the NCAA.
I'm saying...
It's a school-based thing.
It could get to the NCAA, but now I think people are going to be looking back. Can I sue my school? People are going to start asking those questions.
But even then, only even if it's like a dozen people, that's not really a class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit is like hundreds of people or thousands of people that were affected by something. And instead of them individually all suing the company lumps them all together and gives them a lump sum.
Yeah, but we also know this is a litigious society. People will always find a reason to sue. I'm not saying it'll work. I'm just saying there's different factors at play now. Like, so how many people are going to come out the woodworks trying to sue their university? How many people are going to make statements? Because DEI is obviously getting slashed in a lot of states. Like, more people are going to be open to talking about their college experiences and say, yeah, it's nothing like what I went through in college. Blase, blase, blase. And then that's going to spark probably something amongst the youth. It might not lead to a lawsuit. It might just lead to more awareness. But I'm just saying, you got the NCAA on the ropes and they're bleeding. So you don't stop throwing punches at this point. I'm really not. I'm dead ass serious.
It feels like. Anything else for college football?
Nah.
Sure.
I'm just giving you something to think about. You ain't got to agree with me. It's just something to consider.
It's not really that great of a thought, though. You're kind of just throwing spaghetti at a wall. It feels like.
First off, I would never throw spaghetti at a wall. It's a waste of spaghetti.
Speaking of spaghetti, Eminem's daughter got married.
That's weird. Don't nobody give a fuck. I saw that. But happy.
There's cute little pictures of him.
She married Machine Gun Kelly.
All I'm saying is he talked a lot of shit about a lot of people. Somebody mentioned his daughter. He go nuclear. It's like, relax him. People didn't say things about Haley because.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad. She said something?
You were saying?
Sorry.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was just absolutely flabbergasted about the words that I know about to come out of your mouth, bro. That's.
She did that. I like how she did that. That was some WWE road dog shit. Like, she set me up for a fucking. It doesn't matter what you think. But nah.
I know what you're gonna say.
Just so I'm saying.
I would keep that one in the draft, bro.
I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason why people eased off Eminem's daughter, and it wasn't because they were afraid of Eminem. It was because of Jimmy Iovine and who Eminem's bosses are.
Okay, biggest Eminem hater to ever exist.
No, it's just the truth. Eminem was protected at the top. Like, are we not pretending like he wasn't protected? I'm just saying, he went at Mariah Carey and lost that beef. Mariah Carey won that beef. He literally looks like Mariah Carey right now in that music video. Go back and look at the music video.
The fact that you say that Mariah Carey won that beef tells me that you don't know what actually happened with that.
You
beef.
weren't outside, Nikki. You can't tell me. I was there.
What was the song? What was his response song called?
It was
what was the song called that he responded to? The Obsessed song. What was the song called?
How the fuck am I supposed to remember? It was long. I'm 32,
sorry,
bro.
I thought you were outside enough to remember.
I got fucking early.
Damn.
I mean,
she checkmated you.
Just because I don't quite remember doesn't mean like I don't know what happened. I'm just saying.
So what happened?
He was taking shots at he's first off. Eminem did exactly what Drake did. He took more shots at women than he did men. Let's talk about it.
What happened after she released that song?
The fuck am I supposed to remember? I was what? Like
it sounds like you were in the house with the shutters
Yeah,
closed.
Kenny, I don't even think you listen to Eminem's music like that. He takes shots at everyone. He takes shots at the president. He takes shots at Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Takes shot at fucking
That's a good one.
Marshall Mathers.
He didn't take a shot at John Wick, though. He didn't take a shot at John Wick. He took a shot at
He
Keanu
took
Reeves.
a lot of shots at a lot of people, bro.
My point is, he should be grateful people didn't get on his daughter's head the way he got at people. Because he jumped in that jar beef and it didn't have nothing to do with him. And yes,
That is a wild thing to say.
he did, because we were all there. And I have OGs who do security in LA, and they're like, yeah, it had nothing to do with that 50 beef, but because they're on the same label, had to happen. Bottom line is, I'm happy that Eminem broke a generational curse. His daughter got married. Hopefully he has a better life than he ever did growing up. Good for him. But again, let's not act like some people's kids can be made fun of all day and other people's kids can't. And let's not act like Eminem, his most famous beef is literally with Mariah Carey. Let's just keep that a being straight up.
Well, no one's acting like that because no one believes that except you.
I mean, he kind of beefed with Trump. I think
Everybody
that's a little
beefs
bit
with
bigger.
Trump. That doesn't count.
I think that was a little bit bigger.
Bush, first off, Bush was his biggest op. I'll give you that. Bush was his biggest op. Like, White America was a great fucking song. And, like, it withstands the test of time. One of his most underrated songs. But outside of him beefing with Bush, because everybody was shooting at Bush, he beefed with, and then, like, the brat and everybody close to Mariah is like, he never, like, literally, apparently he jizzed himself or something when he met her. Like, it was a very uncomfortable experience. But he came away saying he smashed. And then also, whatever album Bombs Over Baghdad was.
You not listen to the song? He's the one who said that. Eminem is the one who said that Eminem pre-cummed.
And she flipped on him. She flipped it on him.
Eminem is the one who said it.
Hey, this is funny because, like, she's really drinking.
Bro.
Because you really be talking like an authority on Eminem, but you really don't.
Crazy, bro. You be saying, oh,
You really don't listen to him like that, bro. And it's clear.
did.
It's clear by how you talk about him.
I mean, other than being a white boy in hip hop who literally, like, if you take out some of his best bars, he's always kicking in either his mom or his baby mom's back and his drug addiction. Like, there's like 5 categories you can put Eminem in.
Also,
and a lot of it's pop.
Mariah Carey is his most famous beef as well.
Well, yeah. People like Mariah Carey way more than they like Bush.
But that's his whole thing. He's hyper white. That's fucking white problems.
Yeah. And
Drugs,
it was funny as fuck, her
family.
response. That video was hilarious because she was dressed like what he's dressed like now with that dark ass beard. That's the only reason why it's funny. But yeah, congrats to him and his daughter.
Eminem beefed with Christina, Bush, Everlast.
Hey, that Everlast beef was funny. I'm not. Oh, Moby? You can get stomped by Obi. Like, come on.
Benzino, bro.
Fuck Benzino.
Obviously.
No, fuck Benzino.
D12.
Honestly, fuck Benzino. Wait.
Insane Clown Posse, bro. MDK, obviously.
Royce the 5'9", one of your.
He did not beef with Royce the 5'9".
Yeah, they did. They had beef.
They had a slight fall.
Gyro,
They didn't. They just shoot at each other on track.
Destroyed Gyro's entire career.
He did.
Sub-dissed each other.
50 destroyed Gyro's career. Not Eminem. Let's get that straight.
Sub-dissed each other.
50 destroyed Gyro's career.
They had a Kendrick Drake situation going on before Kendrick and Drake.
No, Eminem was just the second one to the party throwing punches and shit, like, which I respect because that's your label mate, and Dre and shit.
I'm talking about Royce and Eminem.
I thought you were talking about.
Actually, Eminem released Do Re Mi before 50 Cent released Back Down.
Okay.
Actually.
What I'm saying is the beef didn't start with Ja Rule and Eminem. It started with fucking Ja Rule and 50. Him making fun of him for getting shot 9 times. So that's what I'm saying. The beef started with 2 people, and it ended with 50 winning. And other people jumped in. But M may have struck the killing blow, but like it wasn't his beef.
Sorry, I thought you just said he didn't end the beef, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of overkill. It's kind of like he was already dead. So you just shot him twice.
Do Re Mi came out before Back Down did.
Nobody born in fucking 1992 will sit up here and say that Eminem ended the Ja Rule beef. No fucking body. No credible music journalist. Nobody you know will say that. It's everybody who wasn't there and wasn't born yet because you love Eminem so much. That's cool. That's great. But, like, that wasn't a Eminem Ja Rule beef. Eminem just dope as fucking
It wasn't
rapper.
Irv Gotti and fucking 50 Cent beef. But
It was
escalated
the
to
street
that.
beef. It was the streets. Jimmy Henchman. It was a lot of other people.
The Kendrick J. Cole beef was actually the Kendrick Drake beef.
Kendrick and
No
J.
one
Cole
talks about
aren't
it.
beefing. Kendrick and J. Cole aren't beefing.
You hate Eminem for no reason, bro.
I don't hate Eminem. I like him. I just put him in the proper
You
context.
do hate Eminem.
No, I don't. But I'm never saying a white dude is the best fucking person in a black created, dominated fucking strata of society. I'm not saying that. You're not going to ever get me to say that. Like, Tina Marie is one of the greatest musicians of all time. She's not the greatest. And not because she's white. She's just not the greatest. Eminem's one of the greatest rappers of all time, but he's not the greatest. I don't know why everybody gets all hot about that.
Who put a gun to your head and asked you to admit that?
I can openly freely say it because I can say whatever I want.
No.
And stand on it. I'll defend it.
And asked you to admit that Eminem's the best rapper of all time.
He's actually said it. Every time he throws up record sales and everything else and awards he's won, like they throw that out there.
I'm saying
The industry said Eminem was the best. And Game was kind of throwing sneak disses. If we're going to be honest,
okay,
just
you
gonna
know,
act like
like,
Game didn't throw sneak disses at 50 and Eminem. But okay, cool.
you don't know anything about the beefs that you're talking about.
I actually do, and I was literally.
You literally just proved on air, like this is recording, that you didn't.
Definitely no more than you because I was actually there. I'm just not an Eminem fan who stands for.
Okay, you literally just said you were an Eminem fan, bro.
Yes.
You
keep saying
you
I
just
hate
gotta
Eminem,
stop,
and I'm like,
bro. You just keep
fine.
reneging on
Kiss
everything.
Kiss his ass the way everybody kiss Drake's ass. I forgot Eminem can do no wrong. My bad. He's a saint. My bad. He's never done anything wrong. He's the perfect person. My bad. He's the perfect rapper. Sorry.
See, look, why are you going nuclear?
Yeah, bro.
I'm not going
Just 'cause
nuclear.
you're
Y'all are.
losing.
Y'all are.
Yeah, you're losing, bro.
I'm not losing. But
You're
nah,
doing
clearly.
Okay.
Since
I'm gonna
Nikki,
downplay.
Nikki,
if
since you
I'm
know so
losing.
much about hip hop, no, Nikki, since you know so much about hip hop, please tell me what the fuck you were listening to at 7 years old, 10 years old, 15. Like what? Like did you just hear Eminem and said, "Oh my God, this is great," or were you actually there from the beginning?
You have is your age, but you don't. Like,
I was
you just
there.
You don't have the info.
I do. It's just
You don't.
not the
because you
full
just
info.
proved you didn't, because you just said a bunch of things that were wrong.
Oh, Kitty. Like, you're literally killing yourself. What are you doing right now?
I'm already dead. It's okay.
All right, Nikki, go ahead. Just say whatever the fuck you're going to say. Let's move
I
on.
don't even know how the fuck that got that far.
It's you.
She got
But nah,
she got
Kenny,
mad at what I said.
Nah, Kenny, that was all you, bro. You literally just
She literally said,
you
I'm
kept
not,
saying one thing and then recanting it when you were caught, and then just going back and forth for
I alluded
15
to
minutes.
something else, and everybody got sensitive about it. So it's like, all right, cool. Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. Gotcha.
Bro.
I don't care. Fine. Next topic.
Bro's on his. I guess I'm just a terrible mother.
Yeah, you
Wow.
are.
That's why
You are on that shit. You are on that shit, bro.
Why the fuck is she trying to cook me so hard?
Well, that's it. You're talking to two people with mommy issues, and you're doing that.
Oh, poor babies. I don't have those problems.
Damn.
I guess I'm just the worst.
I mean, I guess I am.
All right,
I am whatever
Nikki,
you say I am.
Final thoughts.
Maybe that's just the way I am.
I see what you did there.
See, there you go.
Okay. I'll virtual shake of hands.
Respect. See, we ended it respectfully. There you go. It's a tangent. It's okay.
All right. that'll be my rant later. By the way, so I really. Moving on, take your tangent. LaMelo Ball rammed into some young boy who was asking him for an autograph with his vehicle.
Allegedly.
Rammed into some poor child with his car when he was just asking for an autograph. And now his mother is suing for damages. I think $25,000 for damages and injuries caused by this theoretical alleged hit and run.
I mean, if I'm the attorney, like, why is your kid in the street? You know they're going to say that. That's the asshole thing to say. They're going to say that first. And he's actually, there's video of him running the curb several times. He's not a great driver. There's a whole fucking rogues gallery of him just jumping the curb when he leaves the stadium. Him with like a purple Lambo, a bunch of other shit. So he might just want to settle this and come up with a public statement or something.
Sam, to be honest, like, in no way am I defending LaMelo Ball by saying this, but like, he's a human being and like he deserves to be treated as such, and to be like flocking him and like basically jumping out his car. Like, you kind of had it coming, dude. I know he's a kid, but you know what I mean? And where's the parent? Where's the mother? Besides trying to get her checked. You know what I mean? Like, do you not like see your kid in the middle of the street about to get hit by a car and not try to get him to safety?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What does Pete think? Will Pete defend it? On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, we'll find out.
It's definitely still LaMelo's fault. Like, he definitely...
Totally.
I'm just sad I missed this WNBA parlay by 1 point again.
You're a disgusting man. You know that? You sicken me.
Bro.
This is worse than the Eminem rant.
Tarasi had 7 fantasy points
Hey, dog. This
in
man
the first half.
Talking to me about Tarasi in the first half.
And then she had 22.
This is why you made a comment about being broke because you spent all your money on parlays?
He don't even like...
I'm not even in,
Tarasi.
I'm still in the green, girl. Get off my head, first off. Second off, I just spilled my kombucha.
I thought that was lean. I was about to say, what the fuck? Spilled a little bit more.
Damn, it's from yesterday. I didn't finish this.
It's been there, yeah. As he takes a break, that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, man. I don't know about the whole LaMelo Ball situation, but I feel like he doesn't need any negative PR right now. He needs to be hooping. He's about nothing this season being his older brother.
That's hurtful. You need to
I mean,
get the hell out of the
I feel like
shower.
there has to be like a homeostasis, you know what I mean? There
All
has to be,
this,
like,
imagine Jello's the last one to play in the NBA. That'd be fucking crazy.
You gotta let that dream go.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Hey, dog, I'll stop bringing up Eminem if you stop bringing up Jello Ball playing in the NBA. Because it's not going to happen.
Why? He deserves a chance, man.
It's not going to happen, bro. You said this about Kaepernick for like 3 years.
I don't know what he's doing in Mexico, but the highlights I saw at the beginning of his season.
Shout out to Devin Function's first NFL player to get an NBA deal. Or he's played overseas, but he's played overseas, but he killing.
All right, next one.
Football players are better hoopers than basketball players. I said it.
A related note, another guy who doesn't know how to drive apparently. Rasheed Rice charges dropped for reported involvement in street racing crash.
Yeah. He's had quite an off season, right? He got in trouble too after the fact. So I don't know, man. He was looking like he was having a really bright career in front of him, and they just add more weapons to him, so more weapons around him. So, you know, he was really set up for a big season. I hope this just doesn't take away from that, even though I hate the fucking Chiefs.
And Bucker's stupid ass comments don't help the situation. And then their left tackle got busted for pot, I guess, a couple days, like last week or something.
I feel like with Rasheed's like recent activity, he's really trying to fill that Tyreek Hill hole. You know what I mean?
Hello.
He's like he's trying to fill that. He's trying to walk in the footsteps like for the Chiefs, fill that Tyreek Hill role.
I didn't hear what you said. You kind of like went mute for like 5 seconds.
Oh, I said with his recent activity, I feel like he's really trying to step into that Tyreek Hill role.
I mean, some Henry Ruggs type shit. The way he got out that car and walked away. At least Henry Ruggs stayed at the scene of the crime. Like, damn. I don't know. Like, he could easily be replaced in that offense. So he should really be careful. He had 1,000 yards as a rookie. I think he had a touchdown catch in the Super Bowl, too. Former SMU product. Hopefully he gets his shit together.
Where did Rasheed Rice go to college?
SMU.
I just said it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Oh, never mind.
Touchdown!
I'm trying to think of like the most random football player ever to try to stump you, but I just can't get one.
Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, you know if I think of one. NFL is going to be testing some optical tracking for their yardage and lines of gain rulings this year. MetLife Stadium in New York and Hard Rock in Miami have already had this system in place. They've seen good things. They still plan on using chains as a backup option if the tracking seems unreliable.
So no index cards. Stays a touchdown. I don't know why they haven't been doing this already. I don't know why they don't use this for the TV instead of just saying like, "Oh, the yellow line is an estimate." Like, it's pretty easy to put something physically down there that will like show up on TV as well. I feel like, so I'm gonna say it's a touchdown, because whatever technology they're gonna use, there won't be any room for them to fuck it up with some random rule that they haven't used in 20 years. And there won't be any way for them to mess it up with reviewing it. So, yeah, I'm for it. Touchdown. Kenny?
Yeah. It's good they're moving at a pretty good speed with this. Hopefully not as fast as Rasheed Rice, but, you know, they're moving at a pretty good speed. He's definitely going to be watching his miles per hour in practice. But anyway, I think it's great. They're pretty much trying to phase out the chains. It's going to eliminate a job. Or it'll, you know.
Or 3, because they are a gang.
4. Definitely 4. At least 4 people. Because that's 4. You need 4 people to carry those chains. So that's about 4 people. And then you might have like a supervisor. I think it's the way it has to go. That's what they want. So might as well invest into it all the way. Don't half step it.
We're doing this, but we can't get an automatic umpire in MLB. It's crazy.
I do love the pitch count though. It's so easier to watch a baseball game. With some of these pitchers, I'm like, dude, you suck. Stop fucking taking 35 seconds to throw. You know he's gonna hit that slider. It's about to be a 2-run homer. Just get to the shits.
Yep. Next up, the Bengals are planning on spending $120 million for improvements to their stadium this year.
Touchdown. Because I feel like that's probably more than the whole city of Cleveland is worth. Woo! I don't know why I just flamed Ohio like that, but yeah.
I mean,
Machine Gun Kelly gonna fuck you up.
The 2 people that live in Ohio are going to be very upset.
Machine Gun Kelly gonna fuck you up, and he might try to drink your blood after. He's from Cleveland, right?
Is he?
He's from Ohio, the state of Ohio, Cleveland.
What a fucking loser! Imagine being from Ohio. Seriously.
I mean, the Ohio players, I think, were from LA, actually, so I'll take that back. But yeah.
Like Ohio State?
No, like the Ohio. I'm thinking of a music band. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I talked to some dude who, it's like, yeah, Okie State definitely can't claim OSU. Fuck out of here.
Huh?
So I was talking to some dude who had connections to the East Coast, and he was talking about, like different teams, and we were talking about Ohio State, Oregon State, Oklahoma State. And I'm like, yeah, OSU can call themselves OSU or the Ohio State. Oregon State can call themselves OSU if they want. Oklahoma State got to say Okie State. Nope, fuck that. Y'all got too many mullets per capita. We are not allowing this. Okie State is the Meg of college football teams.
I mean, most definitely, Ohio State has OSU on lock, but I'm not trying to disrespect Oregon State at all. But there's no. Oregon State is not nearly as popular a team as Oklahoma State whatsoever.
I mean, one has Barry Sanders and the other one doesn't, and Thurman Thomas.
I mean, I fucking hate Oklahoma State, so I'm not going to sit here and defend them. But it's just.
And now you know that Thurman Thomas, Hall of Fame Bills running back, played there.
Yeah.
One day you'll stop me. It's okay.
I'm not here to defend Oklahoma State, but I'm also not, blind. They're definitely more allowed to use OSU than Oregon State. That's for sure.
That doesn't even make sense. Oregon State's abbreviation is OR.
And apparently, my coworker said that they don't say OU. They say U of O. University of Oregon. They say U of O. I was like, okay. Because he said, we don't call Oregon, call it University of Oregon. We call it U of O, not OU.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, but there's been people who
the University of Oklahoma. OU is the University of Oklahoma also.
Yeah, but
it's not Oklahoma University, it's the University of Oklahoma, but they just call themselves OU.
Yeah. So Oklahoma has a tighter branding budget, marketing savvy than Oregon does.
I don't know about that. Oregon has Nike.
It's Oregon has OU.
All right, can we change the subject? Because this is some shit that really don't fucking matter.
I don't know how we got to this point.
Yeah, it's just Kenny's mind.
Oh, you were kicking at Oklahoma State's back. I just wanted to give you the space to do that.
They're just. Oklahoma State is a respectable brand. I'm not gonna disrespect them in that way, even though I dislike them. You know what I mean?
All right, next.
Eagles signed former first rounder John Ross. Touchdown or turnover?
This shit's a turnover.
Facts.
But he's not even the fastest dude in the league no more. You can never catch or get separation. He a Long Beach 11 legend. Love and appreciate what John Ross did, putting people on, and he took Adoree Jackson's ankles. But bruh, it's over. The dream is dead. Xavier Worthy's actually a better prospect than you.
I'm going to say it's a touchdown, but I agree with everything that you said. The only reason why I'm saying it's a touchdown is because...
7 receivers on the Eagles.
Facts.
Why not?
That's why I said it's a turnover, because there's 18,000 receivers.
Is Julio still there?
I think he is. You think Deshaun Jackson hooked him up with that? Because they both know Coach Clark.
I mean, maybe. All I know is, so look, they're
both connected in the South Bay, Long Beach.
Yeah, Jackson's
lineage.
Deshaun Jackson's coaching with Travis Clark at I forget the name of the fucking high school.
Wilson?
Yeah, Long Beach Wilson High School. And also, Lawndale's gonna throw Travis Clark a ceremony next week on the 29th. I think it's the 29th. Yeah, for being the winningest coach in school history. He won 74 games in 10 years. 74 and 27. That's a hell of a record. State titles, 8 division titles. Bro was goated. And I'm just glad they're actually throwing him a ceremony and doing right by him. Because the way he got done, where he had to teach at Lusinger and then coach his kids at Lawndale, and he didn't really. They went out with a playoff loss, not what he wanted, but he still sent guys D1, and he's meant more to the South Bay than I think anybody will really realize. And I'm just glad I was able to chronicle that history, and still can.
All right, I got 2 more. The Rams are leaving Aaron Donald's locker untouched. Touchdown or turnover?
It's a touchdown.
Turnover.
You leave that shit there. Because with that front line, with who they drafted, who they have, if you throw in Kobe Turner, Aaron Donald, Braden Fisk, Brian Young, and
that
Jared
might be
Verse,
one of the most athletic
seven.
defensive lines of all time.
That's some That's some versatility we haven't seen since like the fucking
Just run jet
old school
package
Ravens
up there.
defense. Remember when like you would play Madden and the Ravens defense would always
for
have
sure.
engage 8? That used to piss me off. Engage 8 on first and down. Like, fuck you guys. But yeah, I just think it's gonna be interesting.
And this one just broke, but the Raiders restructured Max Crosby's deal, resulted in a $6 million raise for him. Touchdown or turnover.
Touchdown, but you're telling me you couldn't have traded that draft pick with the Bengals to get, I don't know, a corner, or I don't know, flip Malcolm Coates and a 3rd round pick for, I don't know, Trey Hendrickson. I'm just saying. They can afford to pay good pass rushers. Their corners don't make top flight money. Their safeties don't make top flight money. They're literally, all their money is tied up in their defensive line.
I'm going to say it's a turnover. Why, Kenny? Because the Raiders still don't have a fucking quarterback.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
And also, they could sign Calais Campbell, who you've been saying they should have signed for a while, who had like 20-plus tackles for loss last year at 36.
Has a Hall of Fame career, Loki, if we're being honest.
Run the most insufferable team of all fucking time.
And can actually teach Tyree Wilson how to be a 5 technique.
Because he's 6'8" and went to the University of Miami.
And sign a Dory Jackson. Because,
went to USC.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm not signing a Dory.
Rasheed Green.
Give me Rasheed Green, Calais Campbell, Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons will get the secondary tightened up and give them accountable. I can't wait for somebody to have a career year.
I don't like the way Nikki's rolling her eyes right now.
I can't even see it, but I felt the sass.
It's really disrespectful.
Like, I felt like it was teeth sucking and just in one direction.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
I felt that. Yeah.
All right. Fair or fade.
Joke's on you. I'm an empath.
Fair or fade. First one I'm going to go. This one also just broke. Will Levis's sex tape leaked. Fair or fade.
What the fuck? What are you doing to this podcast, bro? What the fuck? What? I don't know. I don't know.
No way.
You look way too happy right now, Nikki.
She gonna check that shit out.
No way. That was the fakest what? No way I've ever seen in my
She already saw it.
life.
She already saw it. She's like, oh.
Yo.
I said send me the link to that shit.
She saw the mailman star. I don't want to be accomplice to whatever's happening right now.
But yeah, him and his ex-girlfriend, I guess, had a sex tape and it just leaked.
That one thought who thought he was gonna be a first round pick. Yeah, thoughts don't think. That's what they're thoughts.
Never mind, bro. I didn't know there was a girlfriend involved. You don't have to send it to me. It's cool.
What you mean? You thought he was?
That's the reason you don't want to sit. I don't know. Maybe you're married. God damn.
I was gonna say it's fair because it was the girlfriend. Like with all the shit that's going on, you never know, man. Like,
I mean, what if she leaked it? I don't think he would leak his own sex tape. The Titans are having a great offseason. Dudes don't leak their sex tapes unless you're Diddy or the Game.
I think sometimes men can sex tapes and it be a positive thing for them. Like, do you remember that time where everyone, like that guy that like could have theoretically maybe been Drake, was like holding the phone up and was like doing his thing, and everybody was like absolutely fucking bewildered that this guy like had a snake? Do you remember that?
You mean when Drake leaked his dudes and then Kendrick came back with a song about it 2 months later?
But you,
yeah, where Drake leaked himself.
That was definitely positive press for Drake. 100%.
Was it though? Baca has a weird case. Why is he around?
110,000.
Can you tell me why Baca's still around though?
Huh?
Why is Baca still around? He got a weird case.
I don't know. What?
Baca has a weird case. Why is he around? Have you listened to Not Like Us?
What do you want me?
The fact that I have to ask that.
I'm actually very confused on what you're saying.
That's how I know you don't know. Because if you knew, you'd be laughing.
No, because I just don't.
He said,
this Reddit forum is fucking crazy.
He said, hey Drake, why are you trolling so much? Are you tired of acting like a bitch? Some name minor.
Bro, for someone who's so anti-Drake, you sure bring up Drake a lot.
I really don't. It's just funny to make fun of him now.
Yeah, that's like
I've been trying to make fun of Drake for a decade.
Trending flip or whatever.
And it's funny now. I'm just saying, like.
Did you see the reference with the A minor thing was a reference to his song from More Life called Teenage Fever?
Yep. And then he actually had a song in A minor. And then his uncle's a famous musician. His dad was a famous musician, but his dad didn't really work out. But his uncle, Larry Graham, was a legendary musician. So, yeah, and he also used a couple samples that his uncle and his dad worked on in some of those songs. So, yeah.
Pretty crazy shit.
I like it when artists are petty. It's fun.
Kendrick petty as fuck, dude. And I love that.
Fuck, everyone's calling him Long Dick Levis now.
Hey,
That's
can you
fucking
not
wild.
read that? Hey, yo, bro.
Big Willie Levis.
Why are you looking for confirmation, sir? Why are you smiling as you scroll down the list? He got a big ass. He's cheesing. He like a Cheshire cat right now.
Bro, smiling at the phone. Look, dude. I mean,
he gonna grin when he click the link. You're nasty, bro. You nasty, Pete. That's crazy.
Damn, they said Gia was yeah, they're saying unpleasant things about her. I don't know if I should.
His ex-girl?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she get Bo Nix level hate.
They're saying she's the throw goat.
Bro, people really hate Bo Nix. I mean, you know what? No comment. No comment.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like
I'm just gonna pivot away from that. I don't want to go to HR for that. I don't need to go to HR for that. I'd rather talk about Eminem than that.
All right, Nick, you do the next one since you're the resident golf expert.
Oh shit! Somebody play Mini Man. She about to cook. Somebody play Not Like Us. She about to cook.
So I didn't get to say it last week, but Rory McIlroy won a tournament 2 weeks ago. He's my GOAT bro. Congrats. I was gonna glaze all over him, but it's kind of I lost the wind. The wind has definitely been taken on my sails on that one. But so last weekend was so there's 4 majors in golf, like 4 important tournaments in golf or whatever.
Not the mansplaining.
You said you don't. Y'all both said you don't watch golf.
Yeah, but we know what the fucking
we understand golf.
majors are.
I covered golf at my junior college. It was like fucking 14 years ago.
All right,
Cool. Anyway,
he put the mic down. We're safe.
I'll speak more technically then. My bad. So at the PGA Championship's rolling around. Scotty's obviously like I think he had like plus 800 odds or something like this. He's number 1 in the world, so obviously like he's one of the favorites. Whatever. Friday morning comes around. It's 5:00 in the morning, and a random man jumps out in the middle of the street and gets hit by a bus right outside of the entrance of the golf course. Dude dies, unfortunately, and it causes quite the traffic jam because police have to come around and paramedics, et cetera, et cetera. It's a whole deal or whatever. Scotty gets wind of this with his people when they're in this massive traffic. He hits up his people at the course and is like, bro, I got to get to my tee time. There's way too much traffic. I don't know what to do. I don't know why there's traffic. What should I do? His people and the golf course themselves hit him up and they say, bro, you're good. Just go around, drive around everybody and get up to the entrance and tell the police officers who you are and that you need to get into the venue. And he says, bet. And so his driver does such a thing. The cops go fucking crazy. They don't work for the tournament. They just work for the city. They're just like traffic cops, so they didn't realize what was going on or who he was. And so they start getting really antsy with him, but he's not taking no for an answer. And so he keeps trying to tell them like, no, I have to be here at this time. They tell him like, fuck off, or we're gonna like, everything gets escalated until Scotty, I guess, decides to just try to drive into the venue on his own volition without consent. And this fucking traffic cop jumps on the hood of his car and then like is hanging on for dear life off the side of this dude's car. And then Scotty like brakes and the guy like flies off the car or whatever. He gets arrested, booked, fingerprints taken, jumpsuit on, picture taken, thrown in a cell. And it was like that SpongeBob episode where they take SpongeBob to the jail cell and it's like, you can't do the crime or whatever. You can't do the time, don't do the crime. And they open it right back up. That's exactly what happened to him because his people called the jail and was like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know who you just put in jail? Da-da-da-da-da. And so he got taken right back out of jail like 2 hours later, went back to the course, didn't warm up, started his tee time, like 10 minutes later and almost won the tournament, but ended up choking at the last second. So
Just like the third leg of my parlay when Prize Picks had him as a bonus.
I told you to do Xander Schauffele, and was I correct? I was correct.
You better not do parlays.
I don't even know how to do parlays on golf.
You better not do a parlay on that fucking Will Levis tape.
Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, but I don't even know what you bet on. Like, you just bet on strokes? And is it about getting the lower stroke?
Pause.
In the Prize Picks way, I think they can do. You do strokes, and then you also have more or less birdies, or you can pit two golfers against each other and say which one will get more birdies. These bets are my most consistent bets because I know who's ass on certain courses and who's good on certain courses. So
you don't be sending me picks, fucking guru.
Because you're the one who just said that you don't bet on golf.
Well, now I'm going to.
He's gonna blame me. He's gonna blame me for his addiction in like 2 weeks.
All right. I got you. I've made the most money by far off of golf because it's the most consistent. However, the Prize Picks is kind of weird about golf because the odds are more in your favor than other sports betting, and so they won't let you do certain
combinations. Yeah, I hate when they do that shit. That shit's
combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't they drop the charges or whatever?
No, he hasn't. Excuse me. Charges are still active.
Louisville.
But, I assume they will be dropped because if anything, the golfer will turn around and then, try to like sue or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they pretty much were talking about it on the radio, and they were like, "Yeah, this just kind of makes the whole state look kind of dumb."
Yeah, 100%. And
petty.
What's kind of fucked up too is like a little minor thing, I guess, that may or may not matter to y'all, but the golf course shuttle bus, right, is the one who killed that man. Okay, and there was no like statement. There was no like, hey, we're really sorry that we killed this guy. There was no like remorse. They were just kind of trying to cover it up. The police officers were like, the authorities around were trying to like, like there's the due diligence of privacy, but it was more than that. They were actively trying to like make it hush because they didn't want it to get out to the news that like the fucking golf course or whatever, like the tournament killed somebody kind of thing. The only reason that they sent out a statement to publicly apologize for the guy's death is because Scottie Scheffler got arrested because the guy died. So it's kind of fucked up.
So basically what you're saying is if he didn't get arrested, nobody would be talking about this at all. It would have just slipped through the cracks.
That poor dude who lost his life would not have been recognized whatsoever if it wasn't for Scottie Scheffler going insane and getting arrested. So
all right.
To that guy.
Next one. I'll go do this one, but basically the Aces and the LAVCA, whatever the fuck the acronym is, but it's basically the Tourism Association in Las Vegas that's responsible for bringing travel and tourists to Las Vegas with pretty much their biggest industry. So yeah, they pretty much sponsored the Sparks, essentially giving all the players $100,000 with the only stipulation being that they just play basketball. So the players loved it, obviously pretty much doubled their salary. The WNBA salary cap is only like $1.4 million. So 100,000 times 12 is basically 1.2 million. So yeah, the players loved it. The issue with it is the WNBA has specific, as most leagues do, specific deals where you can't work out a deal with the whole team. However, this deal was brokered with all 12 individual players via their agents. So basically the reason why they don't want you to do a big sponsorship is because that's kind of like finessing around the salary cap. Again, all parties say that this was brokered individually 12 times, so there shouldn't be any issues with it. the other reason why this has come up is one, the Aces got in trouble last year. They lost a draft pick for violating some workplace policies and some benefits. Becky Hammond's the number one paid coach in the WNBA. She's the only one who makes over $1 million. So again, hate. And yeah, I mean, since the Raiders built that stadium, they're pretty much one of the most profitable franchises in the NFL, which means, yeah, Mark Davis is actually one of the most powerful owners in the WNBA. So again, hate there. And Davis commented on it, and he just basically brought up, like, yeah, so Nike actually has stake in the league and teams, and they actually sponsor full-on teams, and they actually sponsor individuals. But nobody's saying anything about that. And even his Raiders, I guess, try to sponsor the Aces, but they can't do it. They can't just team-to-team sponsor. So, yeah, a lot of minutiae there, but pretty much Aces essentially doubled their salary, like legit, through NIL money, for lack of a better word, and now the rest of the league is hating. Davis was pretty much like, the whole reason why I bought this team was to help the women get paid more. And this sort of salary essentially makes it so they don't have to go overseas and play basketball, and they can instead stay here and do community events and participate and support the market of Vegas. But yeah, I don't know. I think the deal is fair, and I think that the WNBA is just trying to run a fade with the NFL, which is kind of fitting considering it is Mark Davis, and his dad did have eternal beef with the league. They still have beef with the league if we're keeping it a bean. But yeah. Kenny, thoughts?
Nothing but prayers. That was a lot of thought, so I'm gonna just let you have that. Just pray.
Was it not a good breakdown though? Did I not break down?
No, it was fantastic. That's why I'm letting you have it. Like, give yourself a round of applause. Bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. Relax.
PSTmedia.net.
There you go. Here's my thing. Instead of preying on the Aces' downfall, tell your cheap-ass billionaire owners to spend more money and invest more in the product. Because it's not...
There's no reason why every city couldn't do that. There's no reason why
is Charles
all
Barkley,
the tourism organizations... There's only 14 teams?
Yeah. And you only play 42 games or 40 games. So, can we please stop... You got to have all these five-star athletes, chicks who are going to start dunking from the free throw line pretty fucking soon. You're going to have all-world athletes in the WNBA, and because you didn't properly budget things... You didn't have it ready for the stars. It's lame. And then the whole, let's make Caitlin Clark a victim. That shit's stupid, too. Take away from you take away from the greatness of this draft class when you only focus on one person.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is, what, not that I'm defending her or anything like that, but just, the whole Brittany Griner situation. What did you learn from that if you're not getting your players paid more? And trying to avoid further situations where they have to go overseas to pursue their livelihood and whatever, consequences that come with living abroad. Why wouldn't you want to protect that investment? All these people were on fucking social media and Twitch and whatever, just randomly, hey, don't forget Brittany Griner, free Brittany Griner. Well, just seems like everyone already kind of forgot. So
yeah, they definitely forgot about Brittany Griner. I mean, hell, they kind of brushed Skylar Diggins' claims under the rug, too, and she was right. She looking more right by the day about, one, Diana Taurasi, and two, the racism in the league and just the lack of care. When you don't guarantee a woman's salary who gets pregnant, that's crazy to me. There's a lot of... She couldn't even use team facilities when she was pregnant. For prenatal care, nothing. So imagine if a medical center said... because they don't have their own medical teams like that, their own medical centers. But let's say a medical center said, hey, LA Sparks, we got you, the whole team. We got contracts set up with you individually. To sit up here and get mad at that, as the league, you should be praying for that. You fucking idiots. People want to invest in you, and you're picking fights with people in the stands who hate your guts. Charles Barkley don't even fucking watch basketball. Okay? He don't watch the NBA. I don't think he does. Honestly. He just says shit.
This is some NCAA level hate.
And he trolls.
Pettiness.
He trolls. Like, let's be honest. And look what Angel Reese did. Look what all these rookies are doing. Cameron Brink would shoot, and Jackson, I think it's Jakar, I always forget her first name. But, like, they were at the Dodgers game, and that shit was lit. Like, people want to support women's basketball, and they're too busy focused on the people who don't want to support women's basketball. Like, the fucking WNBA has a horrible PR problem. Because this is ridiculous. Like, you got 3 teams beefing with each other and 2 other side teams, and then the worst team in the league in Indiana, it's not only just Caitlin Clark, but it's Aaliyah Boston. She's getting drugged through the mud when she was literally the number 1 fucking player in the draft last year. She ain't no bust. But, like, I mean, in one sense, it's like, okay, cool. You're critiquing WNBA players the way you would critique an NBA player. So in some sense, in the jargon and the lexicon, like, interest for the sport and acknowledgement of the sport has grown. But you don't turn down investors. Like, you pick the best option, but you don't turn down investors for the league. Hey, if the WNBA has to say, you know what, whatever state you're in, if people want to do business with you and enrich the team, do that. But to sit up here and investigate them after they won, by the way. Nobody's investigating the fucking New York Liberty. And they literally put a super team together to beat the Aces and still got clapped.
All right. Anything you want to add, Nikki?
I take out of this is how surprisingly short the WNBA season is. It lasts like 2 months. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Literally a summer job. Like, they could go and have a whole ass like full-time job and then play ball for like 2 months.
Well, a lot of them make more money overseas.
And keep in mind,
or even at least the same.
When the NCAA tournament ended for the men's side, there was like 2 months until the draft. The WNBA, the draft was like a fucking week later, like 3 days later.
I saw that same thing. Between the finals or whatever, the thing, I think it was 3 months for the men, and it was like less than 3 weeks for the women. That shit's crazy, dude.
I'm like, who put, like...
Well, that's why
I'm convinced a non-male...
That's why it's hard to, like... It's hard to, like, cook Caitlin Clark, because it's like, bro, she was literally just playing college basketball, and you think overnight she's supposed to be the best player in the best women's league? That's fucking crazy.
It's unrealistic.
She is exceptionally well, though.
I wouldn't say
she set a record for most turnovers
she's
in the
doing
game.
good. She's been a mixed bag. Like, she's done good and she's done bad, like any rookie.
They finally have a team with actual talent on it. Because Indiana's been terrible forever.
All right, Nikki, go ahead. Start with the rants.
I said I was going to relinquish my rant earlier, so I will do so.
Well...
my rant?
Apparently, we only have so many rants with you left, so I feel like you should take your 2 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
I got...
One shining moment.
I got one for you, Kitty. Zach Wilson, the cornerback for the Panthers.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Former corner of the Panthers.
Zach Wilson. How's it spelled? Z-A... Zachary Wilson, or like...
Zach, I think.
Oh, you're stalling. Just say you don't know.
Tell me what year he's in the league. How long has he been around?
2015, I think, to 2018.
2015, 2018. Mississippi State?
Nope.
OU?
Should have just guessed OU, bro.
I was going to say OU first. I was like...
It was going to be Tamu or OU.
Nah, it was always OU. I know her. It was always going to be OU. She thought she was going to fucking slip on by me.
She did.
I'll give you that
I
one.
was banking on the fact that you would hope that I wasn't going to name someone from OU.
I knew you were going to name somebody from OU, but I still took a guess that you were going to, like, chip me at the last second and be like, ha-ha, they're from Mississippi State, bitch. And I'll be like, wow, she got me.
Yeah.
You get the dub.
All right. Well, that was actually a good rant. I like that one.
Thank you.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm starting to forget shit. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's that like my nephew is gonna be 3 on Monday. It's gonna be 3, y'all. I'm not a parent, but what I can say is like something like snapped, like triggered in me or whatever when he was born. Like the same thing that kind of triggered in me when my little sister Chelsea was born. Like to just ferociously protect this child, this person. I can't explain it. Just that's the feeling I get. And sometimes even I think of my nephew and I cry a little bit because like I'm so happy that he's happy. He has what he needs. He's a growing, energetic young boy, and I'm getting my ass kicked for all the shit I did as a child. To my aunts who were trying to get me ready for school every day, my grandma, my mom. I was a big fucking crybaby. Like I was insufferable. Like imagine Goku in the womb, and then like Broly's origin story is he hates that motherfucker for crying so much. That was just me at home. Like when I had to like go get dressed for church or go to school, like I would give my fucking aunts hell. So the fact that like they called me on the phone, my mom even calls me and she's like, Isaiah did some shit again. And then I've seen him do stuff where it's like, oh, this is my karma. This is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm so thankful for him. And can't wait to kick this fucking sinus infection.
Oh, he's acknowledging that he's sick now. That's fucking crazy.
I said it on wax.
That's
you feel better now?
Crazy. Yeah, dude. That's the first time you've done that.
Stop putting Vicks on your nose.
In our fucking 7 years as associates in for.
Wow. Hey, fuck you, dog. Motherfuckers that get married and not invite me to the wedding. I know it. I know it's coming. But what'd you do Saturday? Oh, got married. What? Yeah.
You don't like white people, bro.
Dog.
I love
most of the white people you know that I'm cool with.
I love two-stepping. I listen to more white music than you.
I do. Dog, I love Hall & Oates. You hate Hall & Oates. So fuck you.
Is that not exactly how the future
Hall & Oates
conversation
is the
would
shit.
go?
Wait, the Freaknik conversation?
No, the future conversation.
I mean, oh yeah, shout out to Fetty Wap. Like, I'm never gonna let my nephew forget the greatness that was Fetty Wap for like 2 years.
All right, are you done? Can I talk?
No, I just want to say this, Nikki. Whatever happens in the future, please don't let the streets forget that Fetty Wap had this shit in a chokehold. Please don't.
All right, not for me today. Just a shout out to Vince Staples. Check out the album. Give him a couple cents. Just good that he's making music again. Hopefully Netflix will actually give him more than fucking 6 episodes. But I digress. Oh, and apparently it's his last album on his label.
Yep, last album. So Speaking of Def Jam, right?
So you're gonna sign with Kendrick?
Imagine? Nah. He should really just do his own shit.
Baby Keem and Vince. A Vince collab album would be sick, honestly.
Baby Keem and Vince on season 2 would be fantastic.
That'd be sick.
If Kendrick was a writer on the show and just wrote about how much he hated Drake,
good.
That shit would be hilarious.
Nah, I'm good.
If they start using,
I'm good.
It would be funny.
That shit would never come out, and that shit would take 5 years.
Yeah, it would be.
And it would just have fucking layers on layers on layers, and you'd have to watch it like 7 times to get all the fucking Easter eggs.
He would say like combination, like in the fucking camera, fourth wall it, just to fuck with you.
All right, but yeah, man, shout out to Vince Staples. Gonna go listen to the album right now. And yeah, man, that's about it. I don't really got much else to say other than fuck Prize Picks. Fuck Sports Squad because they owe me $40.
Love on your people while you got them.
We're out. Peace.
Salute to Fetty Wap.
Touchdownsandtangents.com, TDs_tangents, Twitter, Instagram. Find us on your favorite podcast app. Touchdownsandtangents.com.
Love you, Mom.